The one thing that children are being able to do more and more in school are actually having things to help them count. I remember when I was in school, if we ever had to think of what's 5 plus 5 and had to use our fingers, we were hiding them under the table as we were doing that. Now teachers actually will have the number charts for children to see the patterns. They'll have things that they'll actually be able to use. They'll let them use marks on their paper to actually give them the literal concept of what that is. Now, one thing that we have talked about right when I started is that numbers or counting is a pattern. One thing follows another. And so when a child can see that pattern and visualize it, they have a lot easier time with it. This is a favorite clip from mine when my children were little with a Barney, 5 in the bed and the little one said roll over. So we'll watch it. If you know it, you can sing along with it even. Okay, here we go.
5 in the bed and the little one said roll over, roll over. They all rolled over and one fell out. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, boy. 4 in the bed and the little one said roll over, roll over. They all rolled over and one fell out.
Oh, whoops! Oh, too bad.
3 in a bed and the little one said roll over, roll over. They all rolled over and one fell out.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, boy. Okay.
2 in a bed and the little one said roll over, roll over. They all rolled over and one fell out.
Oh. You okay?
1 in a bed and the little one said, alone at last.
We're going to look at a couple counting books, and there's a couple different themes that I want to show you. The first one is a lot like the clip we just saw. Instead of 5 in the bed, this is 10 in the bed. And the one thing I like about this book is it actually will show the different how many there are that you can actually count, like when Holly and Liz was saying that we would count with our children, but also it shows the number up here. This will come first. They're going to be able to actually count how many. This will come last. Okay, so don't worry about this as much, but this will actually show how many. And so it has exactly the same thing, just adding 5 more. Another book that I want to talk about is Anno's counting book. Now this one actually starts with 0, which is a very good book to try to find. There's not a lot of books that start with 0. Also, it has these cubes that they'll be using in school quite a bit to help them visualize the numbers. And so there's nothing colored here and there's nothing on the picture. And once again, you have the visual representation, the numerical representation. Here's the cube, and everything on this page just has 1 and then the number 1. It's a fun book for all stages. I really like this where they start to do these numbers because they'll be using these a lot in school. Another thing about this book is it goes to 12. So we're starting over. So children, this is called a base 10. So we always start with 10. This is a base 10, and we're going to start all over. And so this is a very age-appropriate book. If they're very young, you can just count all the number 12s on that page. And then it actually has some things about numbers as a child even gets a little bit older. So a really fun book. A lot of books, you don't even have to have a number book. You can just start counting things in the book to giving it value. The activity that you have is, once again, in your different activities, and it is an actual 10 in the bed that you can make. This is 5. I know this is 5. But children can actually take them out, that there's 4. Then there's 3, and then they can start as they get older actually doing the addition and the subtraction. If I had 3 and I added 1 more, how many would I have? Now, if you are like me, if this came into my home, it would get stepped on, broken. One of our moms or dads might get lost. And so these are the type of things when my children were littler, I would have a bag in the back of my car that they could use more of car or when we went someplace. Like if we went to a restaurant, we would pull these kind of things out. Because if I took this in my house, it would get lost. Is that the same with you? And so, but these are really good activities to do in the doctor's office or while you're waiting. And they're very easy to make. We've got one for you to take home, for you to decorate and make your little 5 in the bed. It's the same thing as 5 little monkeys, that different things. Isn't this easy? And children really enjoy doing activities like this. But as they're having fun, they're really learning.